All seven main Star Trek captains, ranked worst to best. The captains of Star Trek are the cornerstone of the franchise, each offering a unique command style, philosophy, and legacy. From the frontier grit of Captain Kirk to the diplomatic brilliance of Captain Picard, each leader has helped shape the ideals of Star Trek in meaningful ways. Ranking them is no easy task, but whether it's the tactical prowess, leadership under pressure, or emotional depth, here's how the seven main captains of Star Trek stack up, from worst to best. 7. Captain Jonathan Archer Enterprise. Captain Archer, played by Scott Bakula in Star Trek Enterprise, had the tough job of being humanity's first deep space captain. His journey was marked by uncertainty and a lack of the prime directive, which made for compelling drama, but also inconsistent leadership. Archer often reacted emotionally and sometimes crossed ethical lines. While he matured significantly over 4 seasons, laying the groundwork for the United Federation of Planets, his legacy is less iconic compared to those who followed. Archer had heart, but he lacked the polish of a seasoned Starfleet captain. 6. Captain Gabriel Lorca Discovery. Season 1. Captain Gabriel Lorca is the wildcard. Portrayed by Jason Isaacs in Star Trek Discovery, Lorca seemed like a gritty, no-nonsense captain with a military edge, until we learned he was actually from the Mirror Universe. That twist reframed everything. While he was a fascinating character, Lorca is more of an anti-hero than a true Starfleet captain. His ends justified the means tactics clashed with Federation ideals, and while that made for dramatic television, it pushes him down this list. He was compelling, but not someone you'd want running the real Enterprise. 5. Captain Christopher Pike, Strange New Worlds. Anson Mount's Captain Pike in Strange New Worlds has been a revelation. Originally a footnote in the franchise, Pike has grown into a fully realized and deeply empathetic leader. What sets him apart is his emotional intelligence. He listens, leads with compassion, and treats his crew like family. His awareness of his own tragic fate adds a Shakespearean depth, making him a unique kind of tragic hero. Pike may not have the battle-tested legacy of Kirk or Picard, but in terms of sheer humanity and vision, he's a rising star among Starfleet captains. 4. Captain Catherine Janeway Voyager. Captain Janeway, played by Kate Mulgrew, faced one of the toughest assignments in Starfleet history, leading her crew home across 70,000 light years in the Delta Quadrant. Janeway had to balance the rigid principles of Starfleet with the desperate need to survive. Her decisions were often controversial, aligned with the Borg, straining the Equinox crew, but her resilience, intellect, and moral compass were undeniable. Janeway broke boundaries as the first female lead captain in a Star Trek series and proved that compassion and strength are not mutually exclusive. Her journey forged her into a legend. 3. Captain Benjamin Sisko Deep Space Nine. Commander-turned-Captain Benjamin Sisko, played by Avery Brooks, is the most complex and arguably most underrated captain in Star Trek. Leading a space station instead of a ship, Sisko was deeply involved in political intrigue, religious prophecy, and full-scale war. His arc, from reluctant leader to emissary of the prophets, is one of transformation and immense depth. Sisko was willing to get his hands dirty to protect the Federation, and episodes like In the Pale Moonlight show his moral ambiguity in a time of war. He was a builder, a fighter, and a father, making him one of the richest characters in the franchise. 2. Captain James T. Kirk, the original series, movies, the icon, the myth. Captain James Tiberius Kirk is the quintessential Starfleet captain. William Shatner's portrayal of Kirk embodied boldness, instinct, and charisma. He was a man of action and compassion, often willing to bend the rules to do what was right. Kirk was a brilliant tactician, a loyal friend, and someone who took risks to protect life and freedom across the galaxy. His blend of leadership, charm, and courage made Star Trek a global phenomenon. Kirk set the gold standard and remains an enduring symbol of Starship Command. 1. Captain Jean-Luc Picard, The Next Generation. At the top of the list stands Captain Jean-Luc Picard, portrayed with commanding grace by Sir Patrick Stewart. Picard is the ideal Starfleet officer. Wise, diplomatic, deeply principled, and profoundly human. Unlike Kirk's gut instincts, Picard relied on intellect and ethical reasoning, often resolving crises with words instead of weapons. He was not just a captain,